Hello there, and welcome back to my channel. I hope you enjoyed today's story.
My name is Leo Vance. My world was built not on stone and steel, but on code. I found a profound, elegant truth in the silent, unerring logic of a well-written protocol. While the city's digital heartbeat thrummed with chaotic data streams, my purpose was to build fortresses in that chaos, impenetrable security systems for corporations and private clients. My weapon of choice was a command line interface, and my sanctuary was the server room in my own home, its steady hum a symphony of order. Clara used to say it was the sound of my mind at work. Clara was my beautiful, chaotic variable. Where I saw firewalls and encryption, she saw networking events and client charm. Vance Digital Security was our brainchild. I was the architect in the shadows building digital moats. She was the public face who convinced the kings to live inside the castle walls. Our partner in the business, and in life away from it, was my younger brother, Marcus. He handled the finances, the contracts, the real-world stuff I had little patience for. The three of us were supposed to be an unbreakable triad. My family had always seen Marcus as the successful one, the charismatic businessman, while I was the reclusive, eccentric tech genius. "Let Leo play with his computers," they'd say. "Marcus is the one who'll make something of himself." I never minded. I had Clara, I had my code, and the business was thriving because of our combined strengths. Our flagship client was Ethelgard Industries, a tech giant sitting on a treasure trove of intellectual property. Their heir apparent, a slick visionary named Julian Croft, was a constant presence. He'd clap Marcus on the back, flirt harmlessly with Clara, and laugh at my technical jargon. I saw him as a necessary nuisance. The betrayal didn't arrive with a bang, but with a series of silent system-level failures. Clara's marketing dinners with Julian and Marcus became a weekly ritual. She started using his buzzwords, monetizing the security stack, leveraging our asset. Marcus began questioning my isolated development practices, insisting we move our core code to a cloud server he managed for collaborative efficiency. The family, of course, praised his forward thinking. When I expressed unease, my mother chided me. "Don't be so paranoid, Leo. Marcus is just trying to help. He's always looked out for you." The crack in my reality was a single line of code. A backdoor, elegantly written and perfectly hidden in the update to my Aegis protocol, my life's work. It was a ghost in my own machine. When I confronted them, huddled in our living room, Clara was holding a glass of expensive champagne, a gift from Julian. "Leo, it's not a betrayal. It's an evolution," Marcus said, his voice dripping with brotherly concern. "The Aegis protocol is too powerful to be a boutique service. Julian is integrating it into the next generation of Ethelgard's global security suite. You'll be a silent partner. A very rich one." Clara didn't meet my eyes. "It's strategic, Leo. You have to see the bigger picture." I saw it clearly. They had performed a hostile takeover of my life. I was the legacy system they were phasing out. The fallout was a masterclass in corporate and personal destruction. Using the administrative access Marcus had insisted on, they framed me. They created logs showing I had been secretly selling the protocol to offshore entities. My meticulous private coding habits were evidence of unstable and secretive behavior. The partnership agreement I'd signed to protect us all was twisted into a cage for me alone. My family stood as a united front, behind Marcus. "We told you your antisocial behavior would be your downfall," my father said, his disappointment a physical blow. They took the company, the house, my professional reputation. The final nail was a tech magazine cover. Ethelgard acquires Vance Digital's revolutionary Aegis protocol, with a photo of Clara, Marcus, and Julian smiling like they'd just won the lottery. For months, I was a ghost. I lived in a cramped apartment that smelled of dust and despair. My world of logic had been used to zero me out. My redemption began with a stubborn old librarian named Arthur. He ran a local historical society whose digital archives were being held hostage by ransomware. He had no money, but he had a kind heart and a belief in preserving history. Sitting in the back of his dusty library, the scent of old paper a comfort, I dismantled the malware. The familiar click of logic, the thrill of the puzzle, returned. It was my first reboot. I started the Anchor Project. No office, no partners, just a secure laptop and a promise to help those the big players would ignore. I helped a small bakery recover their customer database. I secured the donor records for a local animal shelter. The work was small, honest. And then Arthur, who had become a friend, did more than just give me space. He brought me tea, listened without judgment, and one day, after I'd fixed a particularly nasty bug for him, he said, "You're not what they said you were, Leo. You're a good man. Your code is honest, just like you." He was the anchor that kept me from drifting away. He helped me remember who I was, not who they had told me I was. Then the file arrived, anonymous, encrypted, from a low-level Ethelgard sysadmin with a conscience. It was a data stream showing a sophisticated hidden siphoning of funds from Ethelgard's R&D budget. The method was a work of art, a ghost moving through walls. It was my method, the Aegis Protocol. But the digital fingerprints, the subtle quirks in the code, weren't mine. They were Marcus's. He and Clara were using the key they had stolen to loot the very vault they now owned, funding their new life of luxury with Julian. Karma, it turns, is the universe's most efficient garbage collector. I didn't go public. I compiled a flawless, silent forensic report, and I sent it directly to old man Ethelgard himself. The collapse was swift and quiet. Marcus was fired and faced with criminal charges. To save the parent company, Ethelgard severed the entire Vance digital acquisition, letting it collapse into bankruptcy. Clara, tied to Marcus by marriage and the business, lost everything. They found me at the library, my new sanctuary. Marcus looked hollowed out, the charm replaced by desperation. Clara's expensive clothes were gone. She looked lost. "Leo," Marcus began, his voice trembling. "He played us. Julian, it was all a setup. We made a terrible mistake." Clara's eyes were pleading. "We were fools, Leo. You were right about everything. We need you. I need you." I looked at them, standing there amidst the quiet, truthful stories of the past. I thought of Arthur and the small, honest work waiting for me on my screen. I thought of the life I had rebuilt piece by piece on a foundation of integrity. I didn't offer them a seat. I didn't offer them a way back. "I know I was right," I said, my voice as calm and final as a system shut down. "The code always tells the truth. You just chose to write a corrupt one." I turned my back on them and walked towards the back room, where Arthur was waiting with 2 cups of tea. I didn't look back. Their sentence wasn't poverty or prison. It was knowing that the man they had betrayed had found his peace, and he was leaving them forever in the silent, desolate server farm of their own creation.